Good evening. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Live. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Live. And today it's just me again. It's just me here by myself talking to you tonight because this is a special episode. We don't normally do Robert and Sonia Live on Thursday nights. It's usually a Sunday night thing when we're doing it. But I'm doing Robert and Sonia Live tonight because I am giving you information on something that I don't normally give you information on Sunday nights. And what I'm going to be talking to you about tonight is how things are changing and how rapidly they are changing, and that you have an opportunity, you have major opportunity here to, I won't say change your life because I don't know what your life is like. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you've been. And I just don't know about it. So there's no way that I can tell you that what I'm going to say to you is going to change your life because I can't predict the future. I can tell you what I think. I can tell you what I see, but I can't predict the future. Anybody that can predict the future should be financially rich. Anybody. Because if you know now about money and what you need to know about money and financial matters, if you know that things are changing and you can predict the future, you can, what is known as bet on the future, play on the future and make things better for yourself financially and your family if you know what's going on in the future. So in order to profit from what's coming up, you have to be ready for it. Okay, you have to be ready. If you are not ready for what's coming up, then how are you going to profit from it? You've got to know, or at least have an idea of what you can see about to happen, so that whatever amount of money you want to put into it or amount of time that you want to put into it, you'll be able to benefit from it. And right now, I've said this before, I said it even when I was talking about the Super Bowl and it being set up, being a perfect storm. And some of us believe it, some of us don't, that the NFL is fixed, but that doesn't matter because Super Bowl's over. I made my money, you didn't, so we're moving on past that. But you have to believe that what you see is about to happen. You have to believe it. And if you believe it, and if everything that you've been seeing points to it, then pull out your paper and pen and start writing stuff down, and start writing numbers down, and start writing projections down and predictions down, and where it used to be and where it came from and where it's at now, and figure it out. Because you know how to do simple math, because that's all that it takes is simple math. You don't need to know calculus. You don't need to know radiuses. You don't need to know any of that stuff. All you need to know is simple math. 1 + 1 = 2. 3% of 100 is 3. 3% of 200 is 6. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know more than that to make a lot of money in something that you see coming before it gets here. Let me give you an example here. In 1955, April 15th, 1955, before I was born, There were a pair of brothers, and these brothers got to a point where they decided what they were doing was going to make a lot of money. And so they put this business together, brick and mortar, and they found some paper, and they found a grill, and they found a countertop, and they put all this stuff together in a building. And then they start selling hamburgers. Hamburgers. And when they start selling those hamburgers, people start buying them. It was growing. April 15th, 1955 is not actually when they started, but that's when they started their franchise business, where they could get other people to sell their product for them. And then in 1962, I believe it was, is when they sold their business. Oh my gosh, what a mistake. Their business was growing by leaps and bounds, and somebody came and offered them what appeared to be an offer that they shouldn't refuse. And they took it. And they sold it to Ray Kroc in 1962. And now that franchise, if you want one, you got to cough up $45,000 just to buy the rights to sell those hamburgers. But before you can buy the rights with $45,000 to sell those hamburgers, you've got to have $1,008,000 to ensure that you can become successful selling those hamburgers. And I mean, it's not automatic that you're going to sell the hamburgers. It's not automatic. It's very close to it, but it's not automatic. Anytime you put money into something, it's not an automatic return. There's no guarantees when you're putting money into something, when you're investing money, when you're betting money, when you're buying a product. There's no guarantees that that money is going to return you money. There's no guarantee that once you open up that product that it's going to be ripe, that it's going to be all put together, that it's not going to break on you. I mean, there's all kinds of things that go bad when you're messing with money. But in order to buy one of these franchises today, it costs you $45,000, and you have to have $1,008,000 in the bank to own and start and operate a McDonald's franchise that was bought from the McDonald's brothers. The company was bought in 1962. If they'd have known what we see now, I don't think they would have sold their hamburger business. But we missed the boat. I mean, there's not very many of us here today that can come up with $1,008,000 and plus another $45,000 so that we can open up one of those places and sell hamburgers. So we missed the boat, but we don't have to miss the boat on everything. I mean, I keep saying, and you have to at some point, believe me. If you don't, it's not going to affect me. It's going to affect you. But at some point, you should start to believe what I tell you about the opportunities that are coming out and available now in the United States of America and the United States and the rest of the world. You at some point need to understand, if you don't have to, if you're not interested in making money, if you're not interested in winning money, you don't have to believe me. It's okay, because you're just going to cruise on by, all right, and watch everything happen and take your Social Security check, for those who still want to have it, and live off of it, or your retirement, or your investments, and you'll be okay. But for those of you who will not be okay with the amount of money that you have coming to you from someplace, for those of you who still want to generate more capital, more cash, more nuggets, whatever you want to call it, I've got a little bit of information for you here this evening that hopefully will start that clock ticking for you. Hopefully it's going to give you a jump start so that you can start doing something different than what you're doing now. Because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you can only expect the same results that you've always gotten. Right? I mean, how can you keep doing what you've been doing and expect for something to be different? You can't. It's not going to happen. So what I've got, like I was saying just a little while ago, the guys selling the hamburgers, they sold their hamburger business to Ray Kroc, and now they sell billions and billions and billions of burgers. It's not a hamburger company, is it? It's a real estate company. Look how many of those buildings they got around the world. So I'm going to give you some information today. All right. There are opportunities for all. Okay. Unless you really have a mental problem going on, there's an opportunity that is right for you. No matter what you're doing right now, you know how to do something, and it's up to you to make it work for you. It's up to you to make it work for you. There's opportunities available, and there's cash available if you know where to go get it, so that you can make your thing go better. If you need that money, if you don't need that money, then make it go better and get the money that you need to get so that you can do the things that you want to do. You can start a home-based business. Okay. I mean, lots and lots of people are doing it now because the virus shut everything down, or most everything down, and people had to figure something out. And a lot of people started their own businesses working from home. And a lot of the companies that have been operating with fewer employees, they're not going to rehire a bunch more people because their operating system has changed. And so they're going to work the way that they need to work to keep the profits coming in with as few people as possible. I said it last year when the virus started, when pandemic started and we got shut down. I said about 30% of people are not going to go back to work. They're not, for one reason or another. It's the perfect storm for everything to change. Everything to change. There's a way for you to invest as little as $100. Okay? If you invest as little as $100 and you can gain 3% on that initial $100 the next day you'll have 103. It's not that much money, right? It's not that much money. But if you take that $103 and the next day you make another 3%, now you've got over $106. In 2 days, you've got another $6. You can't get that at a bank in a whole year right now, but you can do it in 2 days if you know where to get another 3%. Maybe you might loan it to your friend and say, hey, tomorrow when you pay me back, give me $103. And your friend look like you like, what? Well, tell them, hey, go to the bank and get it then. Oh, okay, I'll give you $3 more tomorrow. I'll give you $103. I need to take this down the corner and play some craps and make some money. So if you can find something that's going to get you another 3% every day, okay, every day, 3%. Some of you out there, you can figure this out, okay? Get your calculators out and go 100 plus 3% equals 103. Go 103 plus 3% equals like 106.30. 106.30 plus 3% goes up to like 110, something like that. And if you do that every day, just 3% every day for a year, for 1 year, you're going to have, now you got to get to 3% every day and you got to stay focused. Okay. You can't bug out, go hit the beach or whatever. You know, you got to stay focused. But if you just do 3% every day, I knew about this, but my brother refreshed me last week, and so I'm bringing it to you now. 3% every day, compounded daily. Compounding means taking the original amount plus whatever you get and adding it there. And now you've got a new original amount, and that percentage, you add it there. And now you got a new original amount plus that percentage, and you add it there. And you do that every day. 3% every day for 1 year, you will wind up with somewhere close to $4 million. And you started with 100. Just 3%. Just 3%. That's not that much money. Maybe you want to loan it to 2 friends the next day or somebody else. Maybe you want to loan it to somebody else the next day. Get it back, and you keep getting it back, and you keep getting it back, and you keep loaning it out, and you keep on, and then pretty soon you got $200, and then you got $400, and then you got $800, and then you got 16 and 32 and 64 and $128. That's $12,800. Somewhere in there. You got $100, $200, $400, $800, $1,600, $3,200, $6,400, $12,800. That's how quickly the money doubles. And that's when you only double it, and you don't go for more than that. Just go for a double cash daily, baby. Just go for a double cash daily. If you do that, you can have a lot of money starting with $100. You're going to blow $100 anyway, right? Right? So what if you can take the $100 that I'm talking about, and for every penny in that $100, because there's 10,000 pennies in $100. If you take every penny and find somebody to give you $19.99 for every penny, that's a lot of money. How can you do that? Who's going to give you almost $20 for every penny that you have? There's somebody out there that would do that. They might not do it today, but in the future, they can do that. Because if you take that $100, and you buy $100 worth of cryptocurrency, you know, the new electronic money that I told you about 2 years ago, I've been telling you about every once in a while. Wait. Let me show you this, okay? Because I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to go a little bit deeper on this cryptocurrency thing, because it's moving right now. It's moving. I own a little bit. I mean, I didn't have enough to buy exactly what I would have bought if I could have, if I would have had the money, but I did buy a little bit. Okay, and it's moving. So here's what you can take a look at. Okay, a year ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago, a Bitcoin was worth, let me see, what was it worth a year ago? A year ago, a Bitcoin was worth 66.74. 1 year ago, $6,674.06. You could have bought one Bitcoin a year ago at that price. And now today, 1 year later, that's how much it's worth in 1 year. It's gained $52,000. You would be $52,000 richer today if you had bought one Bitcoin a year ago. That's if you sell it today. Now, if you held on to it, if you held on to that $6,700 coin that you bought a year ago, and you held on to it until today, and you sold it, you would have made $50,000 profit. But if you keep holding on to it, and I told you 2 years ago, the big boys were coming. I told you they're coming. And when they come, the opportunity is going to be lessened for us, and it's going to get put out of our reach. And now $57,000 is out of the reach for the average person. It's out of the reach for the above average person, and the next level, and the next level, and the next level. Who can afford to invest $57,000 into something they can't touch, into something they can't smell, into something they will have a hard time spending in the United States? Who can invest that kind of money? But if you hold on to it, and what would you be holding on to? I said you couldn't touch it. Well, you can't touch it. Let me see. You can't touch it, but you can get a representation of it. It's not looking very good here, but let me see if you can see. Let me see if I can bring this up to you, because this would be, uh-oh, wait a minute. I got to get back there so that I can get to where you're at and where I'm supposed to be, so you can see what it is I'm about to show you. Right there we go. If you can see this, it's very too bright. QR code, there you go. You can barely see it. QR code. There you go. That is what a piece of a Bitcoin looks like in the QR code. And there's QR codes for everything. If it's not like that, then it's going to be a line about this long of numbers and letters. Okay, that's what a Bitcoin is. It's code. It's only code. It's not a gold piece of metal. It's nothing you can touch like that and feel and all that stuff. People just represent it that way, but that's not what it is. But if you hold on to it, if you buy it and you hold on to it, or if you buy a piece and you hold on to it, they're expected to go to $3 million. Not necessarily this year, but they're expected to go up to $3 million each. Now, when they go up to $3 million each, if you put, say it goes down to $50,000 and it goes to $3 million each, you will have gained 60 times your investment. 60 times your investment. So for every $1 you put in, you get 60 back. Okay? That's a pretty good return depending on how long it takes for it to get there. But that's a pretty good return. Really, really good return. Now, there's other things that you can do in order to make that money. If you want to buy some cryptocurrency and you don't have a lot of money, you can start with $100. $100. And you can buy 10,000 cryptocurrency coins that are not Bitcoin. There are like about 1,000 different coins out there. And if you buy $100 worth, 10,000 coins, and you hold on to them for, say, 10 years, and those coins that you buy are valued at 1 penny or less today, and in about 10 years, maybe they grow to $20 each, somebody's going to buy them from you. Somebody buy them from you. That's a lot of money. And if 70% of those coins die, okay, if they don't make it, 70% of them, let me see if I can figure this out right quick for you. Okay, you have 10,000 coins and you lose 70% of them, you have 3,000 coins left. And if you have 3,000 coins times $19.99 each, you wind up with $60,000 off of a $100 investment. You lost 70% of it. Okay, that winds up at nearly $60,000, $30 short. Off of $100. And if all of those coins survived, it's like $200,000. If all of them survived. And what if you bought $1,000 worth? Now your $1,000 goes to $599,700 for $1,000. Cryptocurrencies are here. They're not leaving. Why are they not leaving? Because people are using them as investment instruments, like gold. That's what the Bitcoin is like. It's like gold. So you buy it and you hold on to it. This is Robert Conley. Talk with Robert. And there are opportunities for you to gain. And I've been telling you these opportunities were coming. Well, now they're here. Now they're here. Okay? Don't let them pass you by. Something is good for you. Something will be good for you. Okay? Cryptocurrency, it's cheap. Not Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies are cheap. You can buy it with $100 and just put it away and leave it there. Leave it there. It's $100. Leave it there. Government's getting ready to give you 1,400 of them. You can use one of those. You can use one of those. Buy some cryptocurrency. Now, I talked about compounding money a while ago. 3% plus 3% plus 3% every day, right? I want to show you this because the ad that you saw about this show tonight, Talk with Robert, the picture, the ad was of Mansion Club. Mansion Club is an opportunity that if you have $2,000 to invest, and if you don't have $2,000, buy a membership. If you don't have $2,000, buy a membership. Get 19 of your friends that's getting ready to get a $1,400 check and tell them, hey, give me $100. I got a place to put it. And in 8 weeks, I'm going to give you $200 back. Okay? Tell them and get them together. In 8 weeks, I'm going to give you $200 back from the 100 you gave me. So you double your cash daily in 8 weeks. All right? There you go. There's how you find the $2,000. All right? Get 19 friends. Now, if you do that, if you get or have $2,000 and you buy a membership in Mansion Club, here's how it grows in 8 weeks, only 8 weeks. Okay, you start with $2,000, and in the end of the first week, it's at $2,200. The end of the second week is at $2,420. End of the fifth week is at $3,221, and the end of the eighth week is at $4,287. That's only at 10% every week for 8 weeks. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you that you have an opportunity. You have many opportunities. Now, I'm only showing you a few right here. I'm only showing you a few. Now, it's up to you on what you're going to do. It's totally up to you on what you're going to do. You can do something. Okay, you can do something. And if it is buying a membership into Mansion Club, then once you double your cash in 8 weeks, you can buy another membership. And once you double it and you get paid, you can buy another membership. Okay, memberships range from $2,000 to $10,000 each. You can't buy a membership of higher than $10,000, but you can on Double Cash Daily. You see the ticker going across the bottom of the screen. Go to that website and you can find out some more information, and then you can get in touch with me if you're interested. If not, and I would suggest that you do, because in May, I'm going back to Vegas, and that's where I'm going to be doubling the money more often. I'm getting ready to take a 3-day trip here starting tomorrow, and hopefully everything's going to work out well. And then once I come back, or while I'm there, I will give you another clue for Double Cash Daily, because once I get the next $60,000 won, I'm going to give away 4 trips to Las Vegas. Okay, 4 trips to Las Vegas. Once I get another 60,000 won. So I'm 40% of the way there. COVID has jacked me up pretty bad, but I'm going back to Vegas pretty soon. I'm getting ready to take a trip starting tomorrow, and next month I'm going to take another trip, 3 or 4 days, and I really expect that I will be there at the other $60,000 before the end of August. But I actually believe I'll be there sooner, but we'll see how soon I get there. Things are getting ready. Things should start going much, much better here pretty soon, because now I've readjusted and done what I need to do in order to start going up again. And so I should be able to get there sooner than the end of August. And hopefully I can get 4 people out to Vegas in maybe August or September, maybe September. If you're not used to the heat, it gets pretty hot out there in August. I mean, I've seen it at 120 degrees. I've seen it at 120 degrees, and I'm okay with it. I like the heat. Give it to me. I'm okay with it. But some of y'all don't like it that hot. It's different because it's dry heat, but it's still hot, like walking into an oven. Pretty hot. But when you walk out of the air-conditioned casino, it feels like a warm blanket wrapping around you. So that's what I'm talking about, and Double Cash Daily. But the opportunities that there are available, right now, there's going to be more and more and more. You know who Amazon is, right? You know who Amazon is. You know who eBay is. All right. You know those names that are out there. Well, Amazon, you can be their middleman. You can post things on your page. And if you've got the Amazon uh, hookup, membership, then once somebody inquires about buying that item and they do, you get a little bit of a percentage of that item that was sold. And if you're selling, if you just keep running ads every day, little ads every day to sell these little trinkets, if you want to call them that. My bicycle I ordered didn't come. I had to go buy one now. If you keep selling things on Amazon, on your page, on your Facebook page, or you send things out another way, I've got a fantastic idea. But I won't develop it because I've already got too much stuff going on. I'm full of ideas. If you want an idea on how to make money, then send me a message. Okay, tell me what you want to do. But if you keep selling things or running little ads on your Facebook page or email address and sending things out there, or you start a little website, however you do it, you can start making some money on Amazon. But there's a lot of people doing it now. So you're fighting those people and trying to get the business. There's only so much business out there. You're trying to get that business, but it can work. It may not work where you're making $30,000 a month, but then it could work that you're making $30,000 a month, depending on what kind of sales comes through you. There's another company that you can get involved with that works the same way. However, instead of selling one item at a time, you can sell dozens at a time and get the best prices that you can, because this company, Alibaba, sells to businesses. And hey, Rocky, how you doing, buddy? We're gonna get the other Watt brother. No, I think he went to St. Louis. Rocky, I think JJ went to St. Louis. He signed a contract for St. Louis, or he's about to. So if you get involved and you want to start selling, you can sell to businesses, sending advertisements to them, email them, call them up, put it on your page, and they buy 3 or 4 or 5 dozen of these items. Now you've made a lot more money than if you were selling one at a time. Okay, now you made a lot more money than if you were selling one at a time. Alibaba, look it up. Alibaba. All right. You can make a lot of money if you wholesale and you sell bunches at a time. And you don't have to fill up your spare room at your home with boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. What they will do is they will drop ship it for you. That means you get the order in, you send the order to them, you pay for it, they will send it directly to the people that ordered it from you. So you don't have to take possession of anything. You just it saves on shipping, and it makes you money, and it saves you a whole lot of headaches. But Alibaba, you can get involved that way. Okay, you can do that. Now, with that, and with these things that I'm saying to you, and I'm going to ask you a serious question here right now. I can't see the only comments that I've seen so far, because my internet connection is Rockies. So I'm going to see if I can get on Facebook now and see. I don't know if I can get on here and see what if there's any other comments. No, I can't see my. Wait a minute. I can see this, but let me see if I'll be able to see it or not. It's not coming up. Let me try it another way. Anyway, is there something that you would do? What would you change? What could you do to change to make $1 million. Would you change something so you can make $1 million in a year? Would you change something so you can make $1 million in a year? Would you do that? Could you do that? Is it possible for you to do that? Because there are opportunities for that to happen. And so you can make $1 million and so if you want to take hold of these opportunities, you can do it, but you have to change something. You can't keep doing what you've been doing. Hey, Donna, how are you doing? You can't keep doing what you've been doing and believe that something's going to change. You've got to change something. Would you change your ways to make $1 million in a year's time? Would you change your ways? To make $1 million in a year? Because what you've been doing hasn't made you $1 million, probably. There's not very many people that can do that. Or there's not many people that have the confidence to do that. You've got to change something. You got to stick to it. Just like me playing Baccarat. I never made a lot of money playing Baccarat until last year. I made money steadily, okay, like $22,000 a year. I made money steadily. But when I decided, okay, now it's time to go, now it's time to do it, I won that $22,000 in a month. Because I thought it was time to go, time to do it. I upped my game. My confidence level was higher. I was able to do it. And now I'm doing well when I win. I mean, I don't win all the time. I win about 70% of the time, but I'm getting ready to get back into it. I keep wanting to get back into it, but because of what I'm doing this home improvement stuff. It's slowing me down from getting back into it. But pretty soon I'm going to be all the way back into it full time, betting $4,000 and $5,000 a hand. Hopefully getting up to $10,000 a hand. And maybe 20. It's just a bet. If the system is working, it's going to work. And it works 70% of the time. So what would you do? Would you change to make $1 million in a year? Serious question. Would you change so you can make $1 million in a year? That's $100,000 a month with 2 months off. What's that? About $3,300 a day. $3,300 a day. If I'm making a $4,000 bet and winning it every day, I'm over $1 million in a year. I've won a $4,000 bet. I've won a $5,400 bet. I've lost one $4,000 bet. And that's right along with what I'm saying about a 70% win ratio, then winning 2 big bets and losing 1, that's 66%. Here we go. Are you interested in winning $1 million a year? Are you interested in it? If you have a professional mind, if you have a professional attitude, I'm looking for people that have a professional mind, a professional mentality. I don't need gamblers. I don't want gamblers. I want professional people that I can train so they can get up to winning themselves $1 million a year. I'm serious. I'll train you. Just keep on watching and watch in a couple of months. Watch next week. See what I do when I go to on this trip starting tomorrow. See how well I do. I've got some people that's invested some money with me, and I play for them. And some of them have been paid, and I'm getting back into it. Get everybody paid, and everybody's going to get the money that they expected to get before the virus hit. It's about to happen. I haven't stopped. I haven't quit. I've had to take a pause because of what's happened. And now me trying to play this casino here, they have been harassing me. They don't want me playing there because I've been taking their money and not giving them any back, or not giving them very much back. And they don't want that happening. So I've been getting harassed. So if you are interested in a higher income, get in touch with me. Whether you want to get in touch with me for Mansion Club, or you want to get in touch with me for another opportunity, cryptocurrencies, or you want to get in touch with me so I can help you determine what might be good for you to make money off of, get in touch with me, because there are ways to make money. And like I said, everybody, almost everybody that you know is about to get a $1,400 check. Yes, they have to get caught up. Yes, they have to pay bills. But if they can eke out $50 or $100, get in touch with me. Get 19 of your friends together with $100 each, and your $100, you got $2,000. Get in touch with me. Double Cash Daily. In 8 weeks, I'll double your money. All right? In 8 weeks. I am just about where I need to be. But if you do what you need to do and to get started to getting more cash, that's what it looks like when you start with $2,000 and you go 8 weeks. You wind up with $4,000 in 8 weeks. 10% weekly, compounded weekly. 10% weekly, compounded weekly. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? That's what happens. If you put in 2,000 and you wait for 8 weeks, you get 2,000 more back. You put in 2, you get 8 at the end of 8 weeks. Okay, so share this video, talk to your friends, get people together, get your stuff together. If you want to start generating money in 8 weeks, 2,000 turns into 4, another 8 weeks, 4,000 turns into 8, another 8 weeks, 8,000 can turn into 16,000, and you started with a smaller amount. All right, that's what I'm talking about. And it's not just with Double Cash Daily, Mansion Club. If you find something's going to pay you 3% per day and you compound it daily for a year, you wind up with about $4 million. 3% a day, and you compound it daily in a year, about $4 million. If you take a penny and you double it every day for 30 days, you wind up with over $1 million. But I mean, where are you going to be able to put in $500,000 in 29 days and get another $500,000 profit in a day? I mean, you got to think about it, think it out. If you want to talk about stuff like this, I can talk and we can get together. All right. Now, this is Robert Conley, Double Cash Daily for Mansion Club. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'm about to go. Share this video. Go back and watch this video. Send me a message, whatever you want to do. But don't sit around and wait, because the opportunities are here now, and people have money now. There's a lot of people that have been working from home, not paying for gasoline, not going out to eat lunch. There's a whole bunch of people's got money. It's just a matter of finding those people, and they are there. I'm telling you, they're out there. This is Robert Conley, Double Cash Daily. I'm gone, y'all.